Hi, YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. So, rather than, doing two hunts that are both Charmander, I wanted to switch it up to giving Bulbasaur a little bit more love. If things get hectic enough, or not hectic enough, I don't know. I'll probably throw in Squirtle again like last time when I was doing these two hunts. Hey yo, what? What is there to Ayo? Huh? I don't deserve this Ayo slander. Yeah, yeah. There was one time where I did 3 separate Pokemon hunts. I did one for Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. I don't remember what day that is. It's on YouTube though. But yeah, welcome to day number 15, or number 15, out of an infinite series that will never end, where I keep hunting a Charmander. This is just what it is. This is what the rest of the entirety of the shiny hunt's going to be. Is just me hunting Charmander. I'm going to get a Bulbasaur, but I'm still going to have a Charmander being hunted on screen. I'm deciding while you stream. I'm deciding while you stream. I'm playing Stardew. Huh? And then the end of the stream I will write. Ah. So you're going to be writing in 4 hours is what I'm hearing? Which universe are you going to be writing for? Also, I forgot to say the funny line without further ado. A ton of Pokemon. Alright, so we're kicking off strong. Marble Hornets and Welcome Home. My brain defaulted within Hubris for a moment. That would definitely be a fun thing for you to write in, the Ben Drown fucking universe. You gotta be careful, I might summon Circle. By the way, Max, since today is a, technically it's a one screen hunt to a degree, because it's like, it's one per Pokemon, but it's a one screen hunt. It increments in 1. So every 25 we'll be doing a raffle, as opposed to 50. And every 100 is pretty much the 25s are meant to each be 5,000 raffles, while I'm dropping things. While the so like 25, 50, and 75 will be 5,000 raffles, and then 100 will be a 10K raffle. And then whenever it comes to the, like, where I'm hunting the same Pokemon, like where I'm incrementing in sets of 2, it's just every 50 is a 5,000 raffle. But you can do whatever amount you want, to be honest. That's just the idea I was going to go with. You just have to let me know because I won't be paying attention. Aww. My mom's not going to be paying attention. Essentially, yeah. If I'm incrementing in 2s, which I'm not today, then it's just every 50 is a 5K raffle, because they'll be sped through fairly quickly. I like this one, which is, it takes a while to get through them all. And I only have 1 reset counter right now, just due to the fact that I'm not a smart person. I haven't figured out how to increment on 2 different lists yet. Oh, whoops. Bro, I just woke up and you know this, bestie, so do you really think, even with the coffee, my brain is awake? Well, you're trying to play Stardew, so probably not. what is going on? Alright. Enough to pay attention to numbers I can barely read. This is not my fault you can't read. Or I guess more specifically count numbers. Listen, you can barely do it when you are awake. What are you talking about? I will not. You're a cashier, you're supposed to be able to count. Am I wrong? God, what is going on? Here, give me just one moment. You know, I wholeheartedly agree. I also forget to hit pause in the recording. Whoopsies. No, I wholeheartedly agree. But I'm not a good graphical designer, so I can't do that. Alright, what did I miss from you saying? I'm the bigger person who will play Stardew and shove pasta down Victor's throat because I literally deleted my last save. I want to go slower, Victor, because of like a certain storyline I want to go for, which is Judith wouldn't greet everyone the first day, would be too shy to do so, and she wouldn't try to up and up Victor upon meeting him. And the question to you, because I was zooted very bad. Robin was my farm building a fun little well. So tell me why I immediately went, "Where's Robin?" when trying to give her something. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. Do I actually have a bag? Hold on, wait, what? Do I actually have this? Oh, I do. I just don't have it organized. Yeah, I actually do have a Be Right Back screen. Help with what? Look, it's not my fault you can't find Robin. I don't even know who Robin is. Oh, here, let me actually pause the recording for a minute so I don't have to keep, like, wasting a bunch of time. I'll do it after this reset. I mean, you can if you want. I'll show you what it is, and you can tell me if it's fine or not. It just needs to be reorganized. Come on. Alright, I'll do the reset here. Alright, and I'll be right back, YouTube. Hi again, YouTube. Why is this not fucking working? So there's something I'm like trying to tend to on the side, and it's just like not working very well, and I don't know why. I might have to lurk because my phone is charging. And across the room. No worries. By the way, I have no idea why the chat reset. I might have a setting on one of the other screens that accidentally resets the chat, so whoopsies. Sorry about that. How dare I erase perfectly good chat? Man, I hate having to like leave my phone on charge like across the room, like where I can't access it, because like that's the sole reason why I have like a 10-foot cable. All right, call me if you need me. I have my headphones on. Okay. Good to listen to my sweet succulent voice. Should I also like whisper into the microphone, get some ASMR? Oh man. Today's such a fun day. I'm doing this. Chimeri's also still hunting his god Pokemon. I for some reason to go into the screen for Bulbasaur. Okay. Why the hell is this not working? I had to play the game with like one hand for a minute. Also, it may seem like a little bit weird, but the screen in the top left, the Fire Red game, is actually the one that's the primary game instead of the one that's in the bottom right. I tried to switch it back to where the main game that was in the front on the bottom right was Fire Red, but obviously you can see how well that worked. I could just change the in the thing itself, but eh. Oh well. Um, Depending on how this goes, I might add Squirtle in near the latter half of the stream, like maybe the second half of it. And obviously, YouTube's a little behind on that. They're like, there's like a 15-minute differential, so. Not to mention all the times I usually have to pause. That's okay. Still get the same content for the most part. Including the big silence break of, not necessarily a stream, or a chair stream, but, you know. A silent stream is probably what I should be calling it. But man, tell you what, 15 days and 5,000 resets later, you start to realize how long these hunts are going to be. I mean, there's some Pokemon like flowing through here that are going to also be similar to this, like Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Mewtwo, Abra, Dratini. All of them are really going to be like this. Because they're either, like, World Pokemon because of, like, Mewtwo. But other times they're going to be, like, in the game corner, like Dratini and Abra, so... I'll be trying to get multiple of them. So I think, what, Dratini is the maximum one, so I think I can only buy one of him anyway. But Abra I can grab, like, multiple per reset, so... I think for, like, Pokemon where I can do, like, multiple, instances of it at the same time, like Abra, I think I'm gonna have to, remove the increment sound, so that way it's not just constantly, like, that noise but playing on repeat. Because I can hold it down, and it'll increment it, but it increments at, like, a random amount each time. But it only plays the sound once, thankfully. It's rough. I kind of feel like the situation with like Sokka and Zuko, where it's like, yeah, that's rough, buddy. My girlfriend became the moon. For one way or another, I'm ready to get this. This hunt's been going on for so long. And it's still crazy about the fact that I haven't even got to odds, technically. And again, I guess it always does take a while to get to odds. It's if I'm not doing these offline either. It would take even longer since it's in kind of like burst, as opposed to being like, you know, a constant thing and constantly churning away at. I wonder if I did the math, how many like hours I've already put into this. I guess I could do the math now, actually. If I was to pull up YouTube, I could find out actually really quickly. Also, I'm glad to announce that, like, I'm guessing either the construction is done or the internet just is doing better or whatnot. Maybe it's because the wind's calmed down, but I haven't been having too many issues with OBS. But I also haven't raised the kilobit stream rate for a while. It's been at the same 5250 for a while now. I think it's been that way for like a week or so. Hello, Sal. How are you? Also, hi. Today I'm doing 2 different hunts, to a degree. One's Charmander in the top left, and Bulbasaur's in the bottom right. where I just finished watching Barbie, the new Barbie movie with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, I think, are the two actors. This would be like the one time I actually remember actors' names. Yep. How was it? No, whoops. I was just trying to check to see how many hours I've put into this already. Let's see here. Alright, I guess not all the videos are on there right now. Pretty good. That's good to hear. Let's see here. 4, 4, 12. Okay, maybe now's not the best time to do this. I'll do it later. I guess when I talk on Monday, I'll do it. I don't know why, but it felt like it was the ending halfway through. I mean, some books just hit their, like, crescendo point, like, sooner rather than later. So if books can hit crescendo points early, then movies can too, and vice versa, so... Was there, like, an actual, like, plot to it? I don't know anything about it. Or is it just, like, another kind of, like, stereotypical Barbie affair? So I've been watching more TV shows than movies as of late, so... Well, no, I can't really say that. I watched the Final Fantasy Advent Children movie when it came to theaters again. Or I say again, for the first time. It has plot, but I'm not sure how to describe it. I guess a better question is, what's the problem that occurs in the movie? It's all about Barbie finding herself? Oh, so it's an existential crisis movie. Well, I guess a midlife crisis is probably a better one to say. I mean, I guess Barbie has been around for a while. At some point, she just had to figure out herself. With how the movie turned out, do you think there'll be a sequel? Because from what I hear, it turned out pretty well. Like the revenue it made. Mattel might jump on it. Okay. Sal, since you're here, and Max is currently letting his phone charge, would you mind doing a raffle for me since we hit a 25 mark? Oh, whoops. Hitting all the wrong buttons again. Act like I haven't been doing this for 15 days. Tell you what, you know what? I'm gonna move this image because this is just how I feel. Why won't he shine for me? Let me just... There you go. There you go. He just... Tired little boy. There are two kinds of emotions during this entire shiny hunt. It has been the tired, and it has been this one. Oh, what wrong button? And it's been this one. This is the other mood that this streams have been taken. And there is no in between. Actually, I bit my tongue. Here, I'll do it. There you go. All right. Nope. Man, 8,000 seems so far away. I mean, technically it's only 3,000 away, but like it just seems so far away. Kind of think of I probably should have added like a timer to the screen. Be like, yeah, this is how long I've been hunting this lizard. But eventually he will be golden. I did not realize that the entirety of that raffle filled up the chat box on the right. Just shame, really. Pretty much does a screen wipe. I wonder if my bot would break if I timed it out for like a second. I'm not gonna do that. It'll be okay. I mean, I guess Max would prefer the raffle being a screen right rather than doing that one with all the Pika Jams. So just a reminder for anyone who happens to be here. Tomorrow, I'm back here now and out. That's fine. So just a reminder for anyone who's curious. Tomorrow will not be streaming, and also once the 3rd hits, like April 3rd, I don't know when the next stream will be. So that's definitely one of those times where you're going to want to focus on the Twitch schedule tab or Twitter, because a work thing is going to be going on. And so depending on how that goes, depends on how long it'll be before I stream again. Because in short, April 3rd is when coworker's having surgery, and after that point, it'll just be me. However, my job's trying to get a 3rd person for the position that I work, so we'll see how well that goes. Fingers crossed it goes well. Yeah, so the 3rd is... Alright, so the 3rd is a week and a couple days past today, the 23rd. So I'll be able to do next weekend stream, and then after that, it's kind of up in the air whenever I'll be doing it again. But I will definitely be keeping posted on when I'll be coming back. I'm just hoping it isn't too long. If anything, I hope it's just like a week that I have to be gone. At at the very most, but chances are it'll probably be longer than that. And no need to fret, I will not be doing any of these hunts while I'm away. Alright. Alright, there's your 1. So, here, one little sippy sip. You know, you might want to save those points up, I'm just saying. Because whenever I get these hunts going, I'll be enabling some specific redeems later on. And they cost quite a pretty penny, so... I had 110 yesterday and I already have 500. You'd be surprised how quickly it builds up. Not to mention the point packages. They're like, hey, here's this. There's also oh, what is it? It's if you go to a stream consecutively, like whenever they stream, like was it watch streaks? I think is what they're called. It'll also give you bonus points. They build up fairly quickly. I mean, they build up anyway just from lurking. So long as you don't have the stream itself muted, like you can mute the tab if you're on your PC and it'll be fine. But like if you mute the stream, then it doesn't accumulate points. So it's a little weird about that, but no well. And once again, if you sub, you know, with your dollar on your nightstand, the points that you get after while you're subscribed are doubled as well. So you'd get like 50 every, like, say 15 minutes, instead you get 100 every 15 minutes. And I think it also does the same thing. So whenever you donate, like, bits or gift subs and stuff like that, you get like a chunk of points as well. And I think if you're subscribed before you do that, it also doubles those too. So you can actually build up points really quickly, but once again, it's kind of like a gacha game where if you spend money, you build up points quicker. Which is such a weird thing. But I guess it is a sort of reward system. At some point or another, I need to figure out a way to get a second reset counter on here for whenever I'm doing like multiple hunts. What time are you streaming to today? 4. So essentially, whenever I do streams, 98% of the time they're probably going to be going to 4 p.m. Sometimes if I have to end early because of either work or because I need to actually go do something. But so like every other Monday, I would technically be ending it at 3 because of needing to work later. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, if I do stream, they'll pretty much almost always go to 4 unless I have to like be somewhere at like 4:30 or something. No, I'm not working tonight, no. Yeah, Tuesday through Thursday nights is when I work, and then every other Monday. So alternating Mondays. But this coming Monday is not one of those Mondays. Wow, I actually managed to get them both on screen. But the thing is, I'm gonna be a little busy after I get off today cleaning the house. Because Max already tried to like be like, yeah, you want to play Stardew after it? Actually doing everything in their power to get me to play Stardew as soon as possible. Even though I have no mods. Which means the game's probably going to crash the moment I try to join their Stardew Valley game. No, I have not played Stardew. And I probably won't be able to until Monday at the very least, and that'd be after stream. Oh, whoops. That's just because I don't think I have anything planned post-Monday. Then again, anything can kind of just pop up out of nowhere. We can play together if you want. Well, the thing is that Max got me Stardew on PC, so I don't know if PC and Xbox even have cross play. I doubt they do, because of the mod system that you can do on PC. Unless for some reason they did like the mod system like Skyrim, where it's like built into the game. The mods run through a different version, kinda. Yeah, once again, I know nothing about, I said Skyrim, I know nothing about Stardew, so. Other than the general idea behind it is that you're running a farm and exploring caves and throwing pasta at people's faces. You've modded Stardew before? To be fair, you also have the fun versions of games on your tablet. It has a separate launcher called Smappy. Oh, so that's why Max keeps mentioning that. I thought that was just like what the client itself was called for Stardew. All mods are run through Smappy, because like I was thinking that like it was like Stardew mods and then like API, but like I didn't know how that would be its acronym. Normal Stardew is a completely different thing. Oh well. As far as I'm aware, I'm going to be playing normal Stardew because that's what was gifted to me, and I don't have Smappy. And before Max comes back and starts throwing me all these download links, like, go get this, go do that. You should download this one where it's like an enhanced version of the pasta gets thrown at Victor every time. Almost, I already read that. Haha. I mean, I guess that would make sense as to why you couldn't do it on Xbox, since you couldn't run Smappy beforehand. Smappy. I mean, I guess Small Pie would also be a name for it. I mean, there might be a way to run it through, like, the dev mode on Xbox. Stardew isn't cross-platform. Well, I mean, I know the multiplayer isn't. But I meant like trying to get like the mods on Xbox. There's probably a goofy way you can do it. $51.51. What a reset counter. I'm gonna lean back with it. know, it just occurred to me, if I actually use the stand that I have for my microphone, it wouldn't sound like I'm so far away. Because I could just move it closer and like hold it. You used to be able to mod Minecraft on Xbox, but they removed the ability to download stuff from the browser. Yeah, but I imagine that you would kind of be able to anyway if you figure out a way to add it for the Xbox developer mode, because at least then you could play it that way. Because as far as I know, developer mode is like an incredibly powerful tool for Xbox. I mean, it's how you're able to play emulators. I mean, fair. It's also probably beyond both of our skill sets. Regardless, though, I'm being conned into playing Stardew. And Max isn't here to defend themselves. I'm being framed. I'm being forced to play Stardew against my will. I can't say no. And Max can't prove otherwise. How many followers do I have? I have no idea. I know I need at least 100 in order to get affiliate, so at least 100. So having done this for so long, like off and on, like streaming and YouTube, the numbers really don't... The numbers are cool and all, but like I don't keep track of them. The moment you start trying to keep track of them is the moment that you start like hating what it is that you're doing, because like you may not see growth for a while, and you may see a bunch of growth at certain random points of the year. Like it, if I focus too much on it, I won't like it. And I want this to be like a fun experience for everyone, including myself. So, like I know that I'm torturing myself with this constant repetitive nature of trying to get a shiny Charmander that doesn't want to shine for me. But hey, it's all in good fun. No space, but with Raffle. It's okay, you'll learn it eventually. Also, the default is 5,000, so if you don't want to type out 5,000, just do exclamation raffle, it'll do it for 5,000. Any other value is what you'd have to manually add. And feel free to enter them too if you want. Your autocorrect added this space. It'll get used to it eventually. Yeah, my phone has gotten used to typing some of the names that I use in Twitch like all the time, like K-Pad and Chimera. My phone's been like, oh, these are proper nouns. What do red orbs do? It's just like a... So in Stream Elements, which is what the Virgil Spiritus bot is, it's a Stream Elements thing, even though it's technically a Twitch account. It's just like a little loyalty program for people to have like goofy fun with. There's other stuff you can do with it, but right now I'm just using it for gambling. Which is why if you do like exclamation gamble plus whatever point amount that you want to do, you can gamble the points and get more. They don't really have a use yet. I know Chimera uses his for like gift subs and stuff like that. But they're just there for to add some kind of like thing for the chat to enjoy sometimes. There's actually a few things I've been seeing floating around Pokemon wise that would be kind of cool to add in. There's a Pokemon community like game where every so often a Pokemon will appear in chat and you can catch it. It's a really cool thing. Okay, you can't just... Okay, it has a limit. Yeah, I have the limit there for that reason. Otherwise, you could just do 1,000,000 and then it kind of throws the leaderboard out a lot of whack. I was hoping to cheat the system. Well, technically, you could cheat the system by constantly doing raffles, but I prefer if the raffles were done in a specific manner. Because how the raffles should be handled is when I'm doing these 1 increment hunts like this. Because like right now I'm hunting a Bulbasaur and a Charmander separately. So it's a 1 increment, and I explained this to Max earlier, but essentially what it is every 25 I want it to be a 25. Or sorry, every 25 I want it to be a 5,000 raffle. And every increment of 100 in total, I want it to be a 10,000 raffle. So it's in short, every 100 resets, we're in theory going through 175, not 175, going through 17,500 like red orb raffles in total. When I'm doing 2 increments, I'm doing them as 5,000 raffles, since getting increments of 50 is really quick. But I mean, you'll get the feel for it whenever I pretty much ask you to do a raffle. Pretty much what I'm trying to say, because I'm really bad at explaining these and I get really long-winded because I'm an idiot. Whenever that that reset counter hits 25, 50, and 75, you do a 5,000 raffle, and when it hits double zeros because of it being 100, you'll do a 10,000. But you usually do it whenever I ask you to. Easy to tell, like, if you're lurking, it's pretty easy to tell when I don't get a shiny, because I'm quiet, and you hear the gong noise anyway. I probably should have been hunting these two from, like, the very offset anyway, because now they have very drastic recent number counts. Nice. Nice gamble. So yeah, you can also do exclamation points to see your points. You obviously have 44,000 right now. You can also do leaderboard to see who has what points. You can do gamble all to gamble them all. I think it's really it. Well, you know, you can also duel people as well. So you would do exclamation duel. You do exclamation duel, then the person's name, and then the amount. I can make exclusions in the leaderboard as well, so like it doesn't like give people points. So I think I think right now, me and the bots don't count. No, Gen 4 is my favorite. Yeah, I really love Platinum. I started with Yellow, but and made my way up throughout the generations, but like, I just like Platinum a lot. Well, it's also because I'm a cringe lord who likes, you know, Giratina a lot. Or Giratina, depending. I mostly ROM hacks. That is very much true. You very much do. Which is why I'm surprised you haven't like dug into fusions or luminescent. Oh, what is it? Luminescent Platinum or something like that. Both of those have been very popular ROM hacks. Especially fusions. Fusions is probably the most popular one right now. But I also don't know too many about the ROM hack scene whenever it comes to Pokemon. I just know some of the more popular ones because recently some of the people I watch have been playing them. And while I may play a ROM hack for stream, it won't be for shiny hunts. Which means it'd be relegated to a Friday or Sunday stream. Or even maybe a Monday stream, depending on how long I'm in Legend Dragon. Oh, actually, it's a good good segue for it. Monday, I will be continuing playing Legend of Dragoon. Maybe we'll get to the second disc. Probably not, but who knows. May even take a break from Legend Dragoon after clearing disc 1 to play another game that I kind of wanted to play as well. Also a PS1 game. Also requested by a different person named Cat. That I'm not dating. Do we own Legend Dragoon? Legend Dragoon's a PS1 game. But I do own it, yeah. Yeah, it's one of the handful of PS1 games I actually own. Or at least have, I shouldn't say that. I own a lot of PS1 games, but it's like I can actually, I have it right beside me. It's in a drawer. Speaking of PS1 games and recommendations, Legend of Dragoon, Mega Man X4. I was about to say Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame's a PS2 game. Now this Medieval or Medieval, depending on how you want to say it. That's a pretty fun PS1 game. I mean, obviously you can't go wrong with Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. I mean, everybody loves Final Fantasy VII. There's also 8. Oh, what was it? So, I think what Metal Gear Solid 1 I think is on PS1. Because I know 3 is a PS2 game. But I can't remember where 2 is. The only issue I have with like recommending PS1 games is I have a tendency of forgetting if they're on PS1 or if it's GameCube or PS2 that I'm thinking of. Because all those kind of shared around the same time whenever I was a kid, so. No Gears PS1? Alright, yeah, cool. So the one I can't remember where it's placed at is Metal Gear 2. But like, another example of a game that could have been on the PS1, which isn't, is a game called Vector Man. That would have been a fun game on the PS1, but it wasn't. I think it was. I don't think it was GameCube. It was I want to say it was the Sega Saturn, but I'm probably wrong on that. Did you say they're making a new Beetlejuice? No, I did not. Is it like also made by Tim Burton, or is it like just like something completely separate from him? Also, we passed the 75 threshold, so if you want to just do a basic raffle. Beetlejuice is a really fun movie. The Broadway rendition of it is phenomenal. It's the same universe, but I don't know who's directing it. I mean, if it's Beetlejuice, it probably is still Tim Burton's creation. So it's probably still him. I mean, maybe not. When has Tim Burton ever done a sequel? Now that I think about it, what's a sequel that he's done? Because Corpse Bride didn't have one. Edward Scissorhands didn't. Beetlejuice, I guess, now is technically about to have one. I'm trying to think of other movies he's done. I don't think the Sweeney Todd movie was him. It might have been. Either way, that doesn't have a sequel anyway. Tim Burton's done a lot of stuff. Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, technically that has a sequel. But I don't even know if that was directed by him or not. Then again, I might be assuming that it has a sequel because of Kingdom Hearts messing up my memory of how the Nightmare Before Christmas works. I mean, to be fair, everybody who played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 who went back to Final Fantasy is like, where's Leon? Who's hanging out with the Final Fantasy VII cast, like Cloud and Yuffie and Sephiroth. Well, not Sephiroth, and Sephiroth. Despite the fact that it is Tim Burton. Oh, cool. He really doesn't do many sequels, so that'll be an interesting thing to see. Because usually, as far as I'm aware, he does most of his stories as like one-offs. Yeah, they're like, where's Leon? It's like, Leon's not in this game. Because he's Final Fantasy VIII, and he's also named Squall. So it's kind of like things like that Kingdom Hearts is kind of messed up with, but oh well. And I played Kingdom Hearts a lot as a kid, so it might be messing with my memory of Night Before Christmas. There's actually a lot of works that Tim Burton has done that I don't even... I say probably. That I definitely don't know about. But also, Tim Burton's like was it the... I think oh god, what is it called? I had to look it up. I had to look it up, but I had to look it up because I can't remember what the hell the movie's called. Yeah, there it is. The movie Dark Shadows. Like, that's done by Tim Burton. But like that's such a weird movie for him to do. Oh, he did do Sweeney Todd. He also did Big Fish, which I didn't realize as well. I had that movie, never once have I seen it. He did Batman and Batman Returns. Obviously, Franken Weenie. The first time and the second one, which I don't know if it's just a remake or not. He did Big Eyes, which is a very weird movie. Tim Burton has such strange movies. The thing that they all have in common is Johnny Depp. If the movie exists and it has Tim Burton, it more than likely will have Johnny Depp somewhere in it. I mean, to be fair, it's also kind of like when you find out that like there's like other odd friendships that Johnny Depp has, like he's like good friends with Marilyn Manson. The world is filled with like weird and wild ideas, but those weird and wild ideas give birth to so many great creations. I mean, Sal, what's the story you always say about 9/11 and what's the band? Why I keep blanking on these all these names. Yeah, thank you, My Chemical Romance. Yeah, like the story that you say behind that. Like it's a wild theory. Well, it's not a theory, but it's a wild connection of events. And Twilight, yeah, it's just a wild series of like a lineage of events that kind of leads to like crazy things. The world didn't have weird, a lot of things probably wouldn't exist. So we always kind of need wild and wacky. Eventually. Eventually. Right? Damn thing's gonna shine. But also kind of go with the story that you always tell about MCR and Twilight and 9/11. Like, I mean, inspiration comes in many forms. Because I'm sure that MCR still gets compared to Green Day a lot. Probably because their musical style is very similar. And I wonder why that might be. No, you just plant the thought, like the idea of something in someone's head, and it can foster into such wonderful things. Like recently, I heard the story of a man who for lack of a better term, built bear armor. Like, yeah, he had a very crazy idea after surviving a bear attack. And decided to build bear armor. Over like multiple years, like $150,000 of just different things. Had bikers like beat him up while he was in the armor and didn't take damage. Got hit by a car, pushed off a cliff. Like, all this to go fight a bear. What's even crazier is people having the funds to do these crazy things. Because also sharing with that, there was a person who like crashed a plane like 7 different days. Like all within a week, he crashed his plane like once each day for a week. Apparently, Princess Kate came out and said she has cancer. Man. Wait, so Princess Kate. Wait, who's the queen right now, come to think of it? Has there even been a replacement queen yet? The king is the queen? Oh, okay. What a weird chess game we're playing. King Charles. I don't know how royalty is being handled over in England right now. I believe he also has cancer. Can the lineage stop having cancer for no reason? Oh boy. I could be wrong though. I mean, probably not. Your data bank knowledge is so weird that like I could very well believe that that is indeed the right thing that you're remembering. Then again, it could also be that, you know, someone else completely unrelated probably has prostate cancer. Like the facts you hit me with are so wild to me. And I don't know where you store them in your head. You're a walking... Did you know? Why? That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it's really funny. Like, just the random assortment of knowledge you have. Mainly about animals. Like, I could probably pull out a Pokemon on each of these things and you'd be able to tell me, like, what species it actually is in real life. They're not in my head, they're in my ass. That explains so much. Your massive amounts of memory storage just built into your ass cheeks. Yeah, what kind of lizard is Charmander? What kind of plant is Bulbasaur? Is Squirtle really a turtle? Why is Shedinja a cosmic horror? Find out today on... do milk duds blossom? I'll need to reset the game in a minute. Whoops. Just getting a little sneak peek at their gender. I am going for a Charmander. I mean, in the end, I'm going for every Pokemon, but I am going for Charmander, yeah. I'm just doing a secondary hunt of Bulbasaur. And at the 2-hour mark, I'll be going for tertiary hunt of Squirtle. Assuming OBS holds out. Yeah, Fire Red is my main game. Leaf Green will be the sub game. It's pretty much how it's gonna work is anything I do in Fire Red, I'm gonna do in Leaf Green. However, if there's anything that's in my direct pathing that's different from Fire Red and Leaf Green, that's in Leaf Green, I'll have to pause Fire Red, make Leaf Green the main game so that way I can showcase it, because there are unique Pokemon in Leaf Green that I can't get in Fire Red anyway. But also, I'll have to make Leaf Green the main game for the Game Corner section because the prices are cheaper in Leaf Green for some reason. I think it was Leaf Green that has cheaper prices. But yeah, so for a majority of Generation 1, the game that's in the top left is the game that will be the game that's played. Only going to Leaf Green when necessary for other things. Alright. Will this be it? No, the crunchy audio didn't help either. Son of a... Alright, so now would be a time to have a 10,000 raffle. Let's see if we're in Fire Red. Can you do a hard reset of it? And so the next 3 raffles will be 5,000. You're just getting free points at this junction because no one else is here. Congruent to Lions. I'm surprised that clap picked up as well as it did. It actually peeked into the yellow. Normally when I talk, it just barely would peek into to the top of green, but that clap peeked easily into yellow. But yeah, this is the plight of shiny hunting in Generation 1. An exclamation odds will tell you why. Technically, I could get as many points as I want, but I'm respecting your rules. Good, because I can also cancel the raffles at any point. I can also set point totals. I mean, really, there's not much really of a point to the red orbs. So it's not like, you know, there's really a reason to obey the rules. And in the sense of speaking, gambling is a way to constantly earn an infinite amount of points. You just got to get lucky enough to keep increasing, rather than losing. Because you can lose your points when you gamble. Just like how you can lose your points in a duel with somebody. But if you do exclamation commands, you should be able to see every command that I have enabled. Oh, wow. Nice. So, when you do gambles, if you win, it doubles whatever your point total was that you gambled. So you gain 40,000 from that, since you gambled 20. Yeah, because you put in 20 and it gave back 40, so got back what you gambled and then some. If I made the gamble more rigged in favor of losing, I think the point or the amount that you get would be increased. Nice failure. I love the Magikarp no. It's so stupid looking. I would definitely recommend trying to figure out a way to get 7 TV on your tablet, though. It's nice to be able to see all the different 7 TV emotes that are added in. Granted, I know you can see them on the stream itself if you look in the chat box. 7 TV. Literally, this. It allows you to see things like Rorb. No. I'm telling you what it's called. You know, whatever. This thing isn't fucking working. Let's live with it. Yeah, it allows you to see stuff like Rorb, Borb, Gorb is another one. This one is one. I don't think I ever changed it. I think that's what it was. Yeah. So, like, you'll see, if you're looking in the normal, like, Twitch chat itself, you'll see that it just looks like I'm just throwing a bunch of random words out. But if you look on the... Exactly. I know. So, there are Twitch emotes, like this. The thing that I just showed right now is a Twitch emote. And so you're able to see it regardless if you're subscribed or not. But... if you but 7TV is kind of like an extension that people made for Twitch. Yes, that's another Twitch emote. And as you can see, if you look on the stream itself, the chat box I have on there, you can see that your Twitch and my Twitch emotes both showed up. However, if I do something like Gorb, which to you will look like just a word in normal chat, but if you look at the stream, like the stream's chat box, you'll see that it shows a green orb. That's because it's a 7TV emote, which means in order for you to see it in the Twitch chat itself, you need to have 7TV installed. However, if you know the 7TV emote names that they're listed under for my channel, it'll still show up in the stream feed anyway. So, like, if you were to type in your milkers look heavy. No, it's capital M, L, and H. You have to type it exactly as how it is. But if you are able to get 7TV going for your tablet, which I don't know what that will entail, but just look up 7TV for tablet and see what you can find. It will let you be able to see them as well, because right now you can't see them. Whoops. But if you happen to know what they're actually called, then you can use them. Technically speaking. You just won't be able to see them in the Twitch chat unless you look at the stream chat box. I think this is another one. Yeah. I think, oh, was it this one? I can't remember if I named it properly. I think it's Waiting Riot. No. I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, it's a fun little thing. So, like, Waiting Riot, it failed. I just can't remember what it's called right now. Because technically speaking, I can't see, I can't actually see 7TV emotes right now, either while I'm using OBS. I have to rely on the stream chat box. I probably should find a way to make it so that way I can actually see them. But oh well. But in essence, what it does is attached to the chat box, you'll see that there's kind of like a bit icon and then like a smiley face emote icon. It'll add a new icon that says 7TV or something like that. And that allows you to see the 7TV emotes I have selected for the channel. And if you go to other channels that also have 7TV enabled emotes, then it'll show up there for them too. Like, it'll show the emotes that they have selected as well. Yeah, in short, it's an extension for Twitch. A fan-made custom one. Yeah. It's a fun little time. It's actually been so nice to like get that working, because it's just kind of fun to have all the different emotes that I can't technically have for copyright reasons. I mean, I guess I could try adding the orbs. Granted, they're copyright to Devil May Cry. I found an app that lets you use 7TV. Well, see, I know there's an app for it. There's quite a few. I just don't know how well it would work with Twitch. Like, I don't know who'd give me the view or not. I mean, it probably would, but I have no idea. Frosty, yeah, it's what I have on my phone. At least I'm pretty sure it's the one I have on my phone. I might have the other one, because there were 3 of them that were there. I think it was Frosty, though. Hold on. Why can I not find letters? Yeah. Indeed it was. Whoops. Yeah, it lets you use all the ones. It's just, I think specifically that one's for like mobile and tablet and stuff like that. On browsers and stuff like that, like on PC, you have to there's just a normal 7TV extension for Chrome and Opera and stuff like that. Uh-oh, I dropped 39 frames. Don't know where that came from. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on Twitch to get used to. And the only reason why I'm used to it, Sal, is because I've been on Twitch for the better part of 2 years now. Like, talking to people rather than just streaming. So I've learned a lot from being in different communities and talking to them and seeing what they're using and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff I still don't know how to do, which is me just learning how Twitch works. Like, the alerts for channel redeems. I'm still trying to figure out how those work. And I have an idea on how things work with stream elements and other aspects of this, but I still need to learn them. I mean, I've only been doing this for like a month or so. And I don't really have much time to experiment while I'm at work. If that makes sense, because a lot of the stuff I have for setup is on my main PC. And so I'd have to like extract a whole bunch of stuff back and forth to like see what would work. Wait, what? Hold on a sec, hold on a sec. Give me just one moment. What is going on? Hold on a sec. All right, sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. Let's get back into this. But yeah, I know I have a lot to learn whenever it comes to streaming, and so I just need to keep working on that. Oh, what is Oh, there it goes. There it goes. No, I'm fine. Minus my encoder dying again. Let me stop the recording for a moment, and then. But yeah, everything's fine. It wasn't about me. It was something else I was checking out. I have a stream open on the side on my phone that has someone else streaming because it's kind of like supporting him because today is his 2-year partner anniversary. And it's Chimera. It's the person that showed up briefly yesterday. I have him open on my phone right now. And his girlfriend sent kind of like a message, and it was kind of, you know, a little, it wasn't harsh. I thought she was like talking to just like someone in chat, so I was trying to like read the chat. But yeah, so it wasn't me. But I didn't have the full context of it because I have the stream muted on my phone. He's actually talking. Max, if you can still hear me, your phone takes forever to charge. I know you say I have headphones in, I'm just saying, your phone takes forever to charge. I think you need a better charger. Oh. So much to learn, so much to figure out, new things to break. Welcome to Twitch. Kat's also going to be helping me with learning this to a degree, because she's eventually going to make emotes for me, which is going to be really nice. So I have to like help her figure out the right sizes and file formats and stuff like that. Steadily speaking, I don't have a channel identity, so figuring out emotes is partially about doing that. Because you can make emotes about a whole bunch of different things, like from the games you play, like having a Charmander emote would be kind of funny. But like, you can also do other things that are like based on like your profile picture, which my profile picture is a peep, so I don't know how well that's gonna work. People have it of their VTuber models, or if they have face cam, they have it of them. I have none of those. Well, I guess I have the game I'm playing, but I'd rather not have Pokemon emotes that Nintendo can hit me with. So instead, we're just probably going to be using the initial identity of like a fox, since foxes are my favorite animals. So more than likely, the first set of like actual true emotes that aren't animated from Capehead will probably end up being fox emotes, like hi, wave, stuff like that. Love. But I guess we'll have to find out whenever we get there. Because she's going to have to try to find time to do that in between all of her classes for school and work. So I'm not going to push her to do that if she doesn't have the time to. But aside from that, this is also meant to be kind of like a streaming is more so of a hobby than anything else. How's Kat doing? I mean, she's fine. I mean, she's just stressed out from work and stuff like that. She's actually more mad right now at her boss. But it's for a very petty reason, but it's kind of funny. So normally how her and her boss message is texting. So like they won't call, but like for some reason they've changed the metric in which they message. So like normally they'd use like one app, but for some reason this weekend he's using a completely different app. And it causes him to be really delayed on his messages. When like even like when it's important like work stuff. And so it's just kind of like frustrating, or it's kind of funny that she's being petty about what messaging app in which she's messaging her boss. And then there's schooling. She's doing really good in schooling. She's just stressed out because she's worried she's falling behind, when in reality she's really not that far behind. She's like maybe 2 assignments of 1 class behind, and then the rest are like 1 assignment or she's already caught up. Yeah, she's doing a great job for schooling. She just has a hard time seeing that that progression she has. Hi. How are you? welcome to the stream, Sal. Again, how many more years? I think 1.5 years, maybe. It is a couple more semesters. Because I think she has... This semester she's finishing now, I think she has like 3 or 4 more, and then she graduates. And I mean, I know she doesn't see it in herself though, but like she's making phenomenal like progress and stuff like that. She just has a hard time seeing it when she's stressed out. But yeah, she'll get there. Her major, I think right now, is graphic design, I think is what it is. And so I also thought it'd be kind of like a good way for her to you know, flex her skills of drawing by making the emotes. Funny enough, I actually asked her if she would, and she said yeah. But like, she didn't say yeah like in a simple term. She went definitely about a different way. Because initially she said no, that she didn't want to do it. Because obviously who's going to be, you know, wanting to hire her when her only portfolio is emotes on Twitch. And then I think like 2 weeks ago, she kind of like changed her mind and was like, yeah, I'll make you emotes. I like to point out, I really don't mind you calling me my real name if it's easier. No, it's just kind of funny. Because like, it's just kind of funny because I don't want to reinforce the fact that you think I'm trying to call you Al all the time. Because we will have this argument again. Don't you at me. It's kind of funny calling you Sal. I think trying to force the name Fred on you, I think would be even would actually be kind of hard. You died? Oh well, welcome back to being revived. Also, one of you, whichever one does it first, I need a raffle. By the way, Max, you don't need to do 5K. You just need to type in raffle for 5Ks. Look, Max, he's learning. I'm so proud of him. Also, Max, don't forget, you can also join in the raffles. It doesn't bother me. The whole Red Orbs thing is meant to be a community thing anyway. The only reason why I don't join in my own raffles is because I can't join my own raffles. You're fine, Max. You can join. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Like I said, it's meant to be a community thing for everyone, not just, you know, not just people who aren't mods. Yeah, because you gotta take some orbs away from Sal. He has joined every single one of them. They have no purpose right now anyway, Max, so you're fine. And even if I do implement a use for them, feel free to join them anyway. Like I said, it's a community thing. And you're part of the community. RIP. Can I get an F in chat? You feel sick? Well, that probably has something to do with what you were talking about earlier. And I still stand by my point that I think it's the latter and not the former. Especially if you're sick, it's definitely the latter then. Yes, yes. Also, you and Kat need to stop linking up on that. Like, please. Yours always comes at the tail end of hers. Oh my god, there's such a stupid joke about that from a fucking streamer that I love watching. He said that his wife is on birth control and she doesn't get periods, she gets commas. And it's such a stupid joke. But now I can't get it out of my head every time I hear someone talk about it. It's such a corny, stupid joke, but it's funny every time. And I don't know why. Kat doesn't find it as funny, but I find it hysterical. And I can't get it out of my head. Babe, wake up, you're in a coma. You're in a coma. Comma, damn it. Words. They're hard. Help. Sal, are you using Frosty now? Are you using Frosty, the 7TV app thing? Also, apologies, I am a bit stuffy today. All the fires and whatnot. Check yourself. No, how dare you? Oh, I actually felt the pop. That's not good. Actually, apparently needed it. Not right now, it's downloading. Oh, okay. Also, talking this much really does make you thirsty. So I appreciate that one, actually. Alright, one. My stomach really said, F you, and I don't appreciate it. It's always kind of a weird thing that the I hair my tongue. That the uterus is like, you don't have baby for me, here, suffer. I never understood that. Such a weird thing for your body to do. And this is where Sal comes in with the, actually men get periods too. Why? I just stretched. Why do I need to do it again? That's fine, I can stretch something different. Stretch my, like, shoulders. Usually when I just stretch for, like, my back, but I guess if you, redeem it again, I can stretch other parts of my body. Actually... Sometimes it hurts to laugh, you know? Actually, it was actually a really great thing from, not blowout. What is it called? Dropout? Is that what the channel is called? Yo, 69. Gamble 80. There you go. Now there you go. Now you can no longer gain a singular red orb. He's done it. He's done it, lads. He's achieved the fabled 69 420. Wow. Look at you go. You duped one orb. Dear Lord. Finally, it's accurate. What's the other 5%? Spite. I feel that. Yeah. All right. Beef and spite. I don't know. Maybe you have better luck than you are beef. Also, I can't believe you're 105%, Max. 105%. Yeah, the other one is luck. Or lucky? I think lucky it can also trigger it. $11. All right. I see we're just full of beans today is what you are. So I was mentioning Chimera earlier. He has a whole bunch of those on his channel. He has, he has Sith, Jedi, Mandalorian. Oh, I actually have to open the DM. Let's see here. Where is it? So he has Jedi, Sith, Mandalorian, and Troll. When I used all four of those, I had 20% in Troll, 20% in Jedi, 4% in Sith, and 1% in Mando. I didn't even make it to 50%. Also, dear Lord. You'd be surprised, Sal. A lot of people, especially Koki, my encoder break immediately as soon as I hit A. Yeah, my encoder's freaking out again. Oh, you know, you could just, Max, you could have just said gamble all. You actually get a different message if you win or lose if you gamble all, as opposed to specific amounts, even though I know you just did the exact amount that you had. Wow. Whoa, wow. I have it set to 50-50 right now. So, big beetle mat. What does that even mean? I was gonna say there's some people like Koki, who every time he gambles, he just gambles all. He does it every time. Because sometimes he wins it really big, but other times he loses everything. Like that one. And now you're going back to the lab. Starting again from scratch. Also, Max, You can give Sal some of your orbs if you want to. And yet... No. No, you can't just be doing 10,000 just because you're salty you lost. I was about to get to 50 anyways. So. I guess you don't have to do a 51. Even though it's supposed to be for 5K. Oh well. Just as a reminder, you can just give points. I can add points, which literally does give you like 3 points. But you can actually give points that you have, Max, to Sal. And it will deduct from your total, but still, you can technically give him orbs if you wanted to. It is exclamation give space his name space the amount. Yeah, I'm just petty. You can also duel for them as well. However, you can only gamble how much the person has. Up to, that's the limit. However, nice. So in order for Sal to like say duel you for 5,000, he would have to have 5,000 and you would also have to have 5,000. Let's see if I can actually remember how to do this. I think it's this. Probably not. Ah, there you go. All right, so now if you do exclamation duel space Max's name space 5,000, you'll duel for 5,000. And Max can decide whether they want to accept it or not. No, please. I have 3 kids. Oh. Cat text. No, that's like dual wielding. Yeah, D-U-A-L is like dual wielding. Dual D-U-E-L is like fighting. Yeah, you're not very lucky today. I think you're what? 11%? Hold on, where is it? A big bean on that. I just ran by that again. Yeah, you're 11% lucky. Yeah. You're right, you did have 99,000. That's why you gambling all is such a risk. I'm not gonna gamble all because hold on a sec. Oh yeah, I guess that explains a lot. Yeah, you're number 1. My hubris will be my downfall. I don't know, but within hubris, you can easily win more. Ah, rip. I was number 1. Alright, so Charmander is not shiny. What about the Bulbasaur? It is not shiny either. But now neither of you can... Well, actually, you guys can duel for 0 orbs. Just do duel and then the name and don't do an amount, and it'll duel for 0. Just duel, damn it. Duel. One of you has to be the superior mod. How do I spell? It's the other way of spelling it. So you spell duel as in dual wielding. Or Max can just do it because he knows how to spell. I'm a writer. That doesn't mean anything. It tells you in the message. Read what the bot said about the duel. And Max won the match. Oof. Can I get an oofies in chat? An F for Sal. Am I okay? What do you mean you're winning? So Sal, to backtrack on something, it actually is easier for me to say your name in this due to the fact that, like, most of the time I'm reading the chat names anyway. And it makes it easier. And Max's name is literally their name, so... Like, did a leprechaun just make out with me? What is wrong with you? Are you okay? St. Patrick's Day was, like, last Sunday. It's pretty close to Al, though, but I'm never going to call you Al. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I want my shark meat. I'm zooted. It's okay. Shark Week ebbs and flows and comes and goes. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. All right. After this reset, I will put on Squirtle. All right. All right, so let me do a hard reset of Fire Red. Actually, hold on. YouTube, I'll be back with you in a moment. And then resume. All right, we're good. What did I miss? What did I miss? Hold on. So what did I miss? If you win, I'll give you $30. Now has 50 red orbs. I was supposed to say, where's my sound? Alright, I also need to correct something real quick. Started at 100. So 150 onto this. Is 375. What? What I was talking about something completely different, but alright. Oh, there goes the encoder. Hold on. It's kind of funny that the encoder dies just because of the recording. But I just gotta pause it and re-enable it, and then it's good to go. So hi, YouTube again. Also, hi, welcome to the trifectory hunt. I like how Bulbasaur and Charmander are Dante while Squirtle's Dedente. Dude, one of these has to shine at some point, right? You can have the shiny option on. God, I hope so. Wow, look at that. You got 100 orbs. And then immediately lost them all. Good job. I think you guys are addicted to the gamble now. All gamblers quit before they hit it big. However, whenever you hit it big, you keep going and then you ruin it. What can we say? We are adults. That is very much true. You are adults. This is also why Sal has $1 on his nightstand, because that's all he has. He's gambled it all away. Notice the microphone is picking up me hitting the B button. I'm hungry. Go get some fish. You can smell the blood in the water, right? You know, I just realized this actually shows the perfectness between how things are like done at a distance. So like the speed of the text going left to right for Fire Red and or sorry, for Bulbasaur and Charmander are different than like the speed for Squirtle, and that's solely because of the distance for Squirtle. Also, the encoder's dying again. It'll be fine. It'll sort itself out eventually. Like, they look like they're going different speeds when they're going the exact same speed. It's just the one's smaller, and so it looks like it's going faster. Or slower, depending on your perspective. Cat message. Yep, there's the encoder. Yeah, freaking out again. It'll be fine. Well, it's a PowerPoint presentation to you guys anyway. You're more interested in the gamble than you are about this stream. Though I probably should pause it anyway, just because of YouTube, because I know YouTube is probably doing weirdness as well. Actually, you know what? I may not know that, actually. What is it? It is at 1:58 in the recording. Well, now 1:59. I'll actually play that back after this stream ends and see if it does do that. If, for some odd reason, the encoder is going fine in the recording, good. That means that only stream gets the funny buffer. However, if it's happening in the recording as well, I'll probably have to more constantly pause and unpause in order to get the buffer to go away. Mom gave me her chocolate brownie. Is it laced? I don't think you need to be more zooted, Max. Also, just as a reminder for both of you, you passively get red orbs as well while you're being here. Oh yeah, I haven't said today. Whether you're here chatting, lurking, stopping by, or really anything, thank you for any and all support that you've been showing. Both on YouTube and on Twitch. Sorry I was putting in the microwave. Was it one of those Dairy Queen like brownies that have like chocolate fudge on the inside? Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Whether we wanted it or not, we stepped into the war with the Cabal on Mars. It's a Jersey Mike's brownie. Once again, never been. Couldn't relate. All right, I actually am going to pause the recording for a moment. Hopefully it'll calm the encoder down. Wait. Nope. I think I immediately went back to freaking out. All right, hold on a sec. That poor brownie is going to be so, like, hot. It doesn't deserve it. I am letting it purposely sit on the screen for just a moment. I want to see if the encoder freaks out again. Also, hi, YouTube. If the encoder freaks out again, it'll be fine. We'll just have to live with it for the rest of the stream. Because I do want to hunt all three of these. Because I inevitably won't need all three anyway. I'm glad I've gotten better and quicker at setting these up, though. Because it used to, like, take forever to get this set up. And so a lot of the stream was, like, held up because of it. And I know some of the recordings that I've done for the, previous videos, I know a lot of them have the they're featuring that as well. It shows me like doing the setups and stuff like that. But I'm trying to make it a habit to practice pausing the YouTube video, like VOD more when I'm not actively hunting, like when it's like doing stream stuff or having to step away. But obviously I didn't do that earlier. You're eating chips. What are you eating? Your sweet chili chips? Your Doritos? No, duh! Max! 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 Lay's sour cream and onion. Onion. Max, I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed. I'm not disappointed, I'm kidding. We've all done it. Hell, I'm probably gonna do it later when I make a pizza. This time my encoder's dying, but it's not telling me it's dying. Teehee, I'm a little stinker who eats my brownie fresh out the microwave where it's like 200 degrees. And then sticks to the roof of my mouth. And then burns the roof of my mouth. I never wait for food to cool down. You guys, please, you've got to like let it cool down for like a minute or two. I'm not saying stick it in the freezer. I'm just saying let it sit there for a minute or two. In some instances of food, it's actually better to let it cool down so that way it thickens up. You're not our dad. This third screen right here. This third screen. Look, hold on. Let me just do this real quick for both you and YouTube. You see that name right there? You see that name? What does it say? What does it say? What does it say? Exactly. Father! Guys, please just let it cool down for a minute or two. It'll taste so much better when you're not fighting for your life. And like I said, for some like I'm gonna use soup as an example. For some soups, it's actually better to let it cool down because then it like thickens up and it actually will solidify the flavor better. Versus having to eat the soup all runny and then it just doesn't taste good. Mac and cheese is also a similar way. Letting it sit for like a minute or two lets it actually turn out creamier. It's like taming a wild beast, the reward is winning. Listen, just because you ate the food doesn't mean you won. It just means you suffered along the way. Also, burnt chocolate does taste pretty good sometimes. Oh, now it tells me my encoder's dying. It'll be okay. It's not really that important. At least you can still see what's going on. It's not like when I had 10 screens going at one time that the game decided, hey, you know what I want to do? PowerPoint. Eventually, man. Eventually I'll get these shows. Yo, 69, let's go. Haven't made that joke in a while. No, get that, no, get that out of here. You know what? Hey, you know what? Here's what I want to do, actually. You know what? Hold on. It's 75, not 70. Oh, it's gonna take a minute to find it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Alright, let me reset the chat. Alright. Max, if you want to do another one of those goofy ones, feel free to. Oh, it's... what? Need all the ores I can get. Me, at a Pokemon show because I didn't see Ash. Oh, it's Digimon. Are you serious? I wanted you to do another 69 one and you betrayed me. I am curious as to why you're both purple on the screen now. Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't specify that I wanted you to do the same exact raffle with the specific number of 69 again. Why am I within Yeburst mod? I couldn't tell you. Ask Circle. That's his domain, not mine. Or maybe your Yeburst has just gotten so big as a mod that you just get auto-modded over there. And he won it again. Oh, I turned my phone off by accident. Whoops. Bruh. Did you not learn your lesson the first time? Also, you're doing what I do. So every time I win a raffle, I will gamble it one time. You're grabbing Circle? Grab Greg while you're at it, too. Wait, no, Circle's at work. He's not gonna be able to come here anyway. He works on the weekends. Yeah, I know it is. It's been doing that. It does that because the encoder's dying. It's been doing that. Greg mentally and socially exhausted, I think, right now. Fair. I got that. It probably had a hell of a time with its boyfriend yesterday. It's not responding even to my Nitro gift. That's okay. Everybody has social meters that drain out over time. Some just had to take a while to run out. And some are very quick. Just, I know plenty of people that their social media will die after talking to people for a day, and then they'll come back a week later. For like a day. Honestly, doing this, like streaming stuff like that to people, actually helps. Apparently, like, my social media is a bit weird. So my social media, whenever it comes to, like, just talking, isn't that bad. It's like, obviously I'm reading what you guys are saying in chat, and I'm responding to it by talking. But that doesn't act as social engagement, I guess, to my brain. But whenever I'm talking to people, like physically talking, like voice chats or Discord, like voice to voice, I think that drains my social meter. Also, raffle if you don't mind. For the 75 that reached. Yeah, I know that it's chugging and it sucks that I can't really... I mean, I can fix that, I can just not hunt Squirtle at the same time. But it's also weird though, because like... My GPU is not maxed, so I don't know why it's doing it. Maybe it's this stupid like Copilot preview AI that's there. Could also be in the NVIDIA settings, probably because that's still open. It's just weird. I don't understand why it does it. Thankfully, though, I have Opera closed, so that's not contributing to it. This is so weird, but I'm making corn. Like the band? But that was kind of good at like singing. I'd do the the funny noise they make. All right, I think I think I'll probably drop the Charmander here in a little, or the Squirtle here in a minute. No, like the kernel exploded on computers. Or not just a stinker. Let's see here. Alright. I'll do a handful more, not even a handful, I'll do a couple more of the ones with Squirtle. And then I'll drop it, since the encoder still is constantly dying. So after this next reset, I'll drop the Squirtle. I also have to hunt at a different time. Alright, yep. Alright, so I only got 30 with it, but it'll be fine. I'll just add that onto this. Oh, right. Highlight that one. Was it this one? Yeah, get rid of that. Then we'll put you back in its place. So I can have not so much dead space on the screen. Either if there's still like an L-shaped like void on the left side. The encoder will probably take a moment to stop like freaking out before it actually smooths out on my end. Oh hey, a cat message. I turned my screen off again. You know, at this point, I'm not even sorry for you. You keep doing this to yourself. I'm not even sorry. Come on. My headset's like falling forward. Try to correct that real quick. Eventually, you two kids will learn that you need to slow down when you eat. You gotta really taste the food, not burn your taste buds off. I'm gonna lean back for a moment. Let the encoder keep freaking out. I think the craziest thing about the fact that the encoder says it's dying is the fact that, like, the stream looks fine. At least on my end. The pain enhances the food. As much as I want to believe that, I don't think that's true. But see, here's the thing. If you keep giving yourself pain enhancements, then eventually it's gonna cease to exist. The taste of the beautiful food. And I want you to be able to taste the food. What's the point of food tasting if, like, you can't taste it? It's like wine tasting without the wine. Alright. I'm gonna pause the YouTube video just for a moment again and see if the message down here will go away. It's kind of funny, that didn't seem to fix anything, but oh well. Yeah, I'll probably stutter for a bit then. I guess at this point I really don't know what to do other than to not do 2 games, but oh well. I'm doing 2 games. And I will get a shiny one of these days. I think today we'll get to maybe 5350. I think is how far we'll probably get. Depends on how many times I want to mess with my settings. You know, I'm standing up for this one. I will stand for this. Check yourself. Because every time I do these, I'm always still sitting whenever I do it. It's so I don't get like a full stretch. I'll take that sip in a minute. It would be kind of cool though, like you could hear that I was like off to your, oh, what side of the microphone I'm on? I think I'm on the left side of the microphone. It would be kind of cool, like if you only heard me in your left ear. But I don't think this thing has that good of stereoscopic like capture. I mean, in the game, I have it set to stereo, like audio, so whenever I do the pickup noise, it is indeed stereo, and it will go in both ears. Like, bouncing back and forth, but I don't think this will do it. You'll probably be able to hear that, like, further away or closer, like I am now. However, I don't think you'll be able to hear if I'm, like, on the left side or the right side. But that's okay. Alright, let's get back into it. Oh yeah, and you're set. There's your one. The check yourselves are pretty nice. I think those are on a half-hour cooldown, though. At least they should be on a half-hour cooldown globally. Because otherwise everybody's gonna be like, check yourself, check yourself. And then I spend the next, like, 5 minutes just stretching. But thank you, Sal. And 9 more, you guys can do a 10K raffle. Unless I get the shiny. Bruh. If you made it this far, I would like to know, what is your favorite Pokemon? Both on Twitch and YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you've made it 2.5 hours in, put it in the comments. If you're on Twitch actively, like right now, you should also tell me right here. If you don't have a favorite Pokemon, what's your favorite Digimon? If you didn't watch either growing up as a kid, I can't help you, but what's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Or Yu-Gi-Oh monster? What about Duel Masters? You've heard Duel Masters, you've heard one of the other ones, right? You haven't heard any of these four? Well, what's Magic? Magic the Gathering. Hoopa. Hoopa, the mythical Pokemon. Dude, Hoopa, I think is one of those Pokemon I can't get in the Shiny Dex. Which sucks. I think it's Shiny Luck. That or its event is only like one time. I can't remember which one it was. It's kind of funny because like once I start getting to Gen 5, it's both going to be like a curse and a blessing. It's like technically speaking, I can't hunt any of the legendaries there, like the main legendaries, until the generation after the fact. So it's like it's a curse in that I can't hunt them in that game, but it's a blessing because then I get the better odds in the following game. Because the X and Y's were introduced lower odds by default. So currently in the first 5 generations, the odds are in encountering a random shiny just without any kind of enhancements is 1 in 8,192. But once X and Y was introduced, they lowered those base odds to 1 in 4,096. And that's also Black and White's when they introduced a Shiny Charm, and that also will boost the effect of the 8,000 and 4,000 odds. So that's nice. Hoopa is one of the main characters in the ROM hacks I was talking about. Oh, okay. Interesting that the ROM hack would focus on a mythical Pokemon. That's only had like 1 release. Those 1 release mythicals are going to be hard to figure out how to get and how to come by. Because I'll probably have to trade for those. So because of Hoopa being the main character, or I guess the primary Pokemon of that game, that's why you like it so much? Or did you like a Pokemon more before Hoopa? Like, sorry, before you started playing that ROM hack. Sorry, the app closed, plus there's an ad going? Ah, wait, there's an ad going? There shouldn't be an ad going. Oh, it's probably pre-roll. Oh, that sucks. I don't have normal ads. Like, I have them turned off. But I think pre-roll ads go anyway, despite that. Oh, that sucks. Because I don't want pre-roll ads. Man. I might have to enable ads. Just so I don't have pre-roll ads, because I don't want them. I really like the Croc Pokemon. Oh, why am I... like Feraligatr? The Gen 2 one? I've got multiple ads. Really? They shouldn't have ads. Or I shouldn't have ads. If that's the case, let me look at it real quick. No, that's the privacy center. I hit the wrong button. Whoops. the starter. What is Feraligator's starter Pokemon? I know Feraligator's the final one. It's also Circle's favorite Pokemon. Totodile? Totodile. I believe that's the Pokemon. I'm still trying to look at the ads. Oh, I wish I would have read that. Ooh, I really wish I would have read that. So in the ads section, there is a thing where it says keep pre-roll ads on my channel, and there's another one that says disable pre-roll ads. I didn't read the rest of that. It says when I run ads. It says disable pre-roll ads when I run ads. Are you serious? I hate that. I don't want pre-roll ads. That kills a lot of initiative for people to come inside. Because, like, they'll be like, ooh, who's this? They'll click on it and then pre-roll ad. I hate that. Yep, he was my favorite till I found that ROM hack and learned about Hoopa. Yeah, Hoopa is a mythical Pokemon. That thing has only been released once. I think it's further down the generations. It'll take me a while to even get to where Hoopa even is. Also, I think Hoopa is shiny locked, so I wouldn't be able to hunt it shiny-wise anyway. Even if I did get it. But yeah, Totodile. I think that's the Generation 2 one. It's your Generation 2 or 3. I truly don't remember. I have a hard time remembering the, like, all the starter placements. So obviously this one's Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. I think next is Cyndaquil, Trico, and Totodile, which is why I think it's Gen 2. I also get banner ads. No, that's normal. That is normal. That's something I can't control. That's something that just happens by default. Yeah, they're called display ads. I do have those display anyway, but those are usually less intrusive. If you subscribe, you don't get ads. But man, I thought I had the man. So like, I thought that all the ads that I had displayed on here for the ads section of Twitch would just like not display if I had ads turned off. I am still really annoyed though that pre-roll ads are a thing right now. I might have to enable ads for that reason. God, I hate that. I hate pre-roll ads. They're so stupid. I don't want to watch an ad to see if I like somebody. You can do a 10K raffle, by the way. Ah, man. If I run... So how it works is if I turn on ads and I run 3-minute ads every hour, so it separates into like 2 90-second ads. But if I do that, then it disables pre-roll ads. And I think also if I do that, oh sorry, actually let me correct myself. If I run any ads at all, it will disable pre-roll ads. However, if I run 3-minute ads, I'm able to get a better proportion of the ad revenue. Like I get 55% of it if I run if I run 3-minute ads an hour. And so like I wanted to prevent having ads at all on here. And so I had it turned off. But I didn't realize pre-roll ads still won't. Man. I wish I would have read that it disables pre-roll ads when I run ads. So I guess this is just like a early apology, but I guess the Monday stream will have ads, just so that way I can get rid of the pre-roll ads. Because pre-roll ads is what will kill a lot of initiative for people to even come to new streams. I just don't want people to feel like, hey, you have to watch ads to come watch me. Granted, if that was the case, I shouldn't have accepted the affiliate program. But oh well. Oh wow, you started the raffle, you didn't even join it yourself. Yeah, man, that shame, really. Like, actually a pretty big shame. Oh man, there are two people that, man. I had to reopen Twitch that way I could enter back into kind of maybe stream and stuff like that. And I found out that someone else that I watch is like their stream right now is their birthday, but it's like, ah. Oh well. I forgot. You forgot to enter. Let me do a hard reset of fire right after this. That's fine. It's okay. Alright, dude. That and hard reset. I mean, to be fair, you get a passive amount of red orbs anyway while you're here. I think it's like 50 a minute. I had to check what it is on stream elements, to be honest. Yeah, we're approaching the final hour. Hey, look at that! You found Cat Goku. Like, I think it's like Keck weight combined with Goku is what that is. Yeah, there's a whole bunch in there. I think I have over 100 emotes in 7TV right now. A lot of people haven't used. But a lot I added in just because I thought they'd be fun. Or goofy. Like Poggies. Poggies is a really fun, goofy emote. I think Goofy's the best way to describe the Poggies emote. I will say, this does feel like an episode of Dragon Ball Z where it's like, will I get a shiny? Find out next time. Well, so when people do living shiny dexes, I just type Kek Goku. Yeah, you're allowed to. Same with Kek Vegeta. Yeah, the thing about the 7TV emotes, and I guess really Twitch emotes as well, they're case sensitive, so you have to be careful to spell them properly. Because if you did a lowercase Kek Goku, I don't think it works. It has to be capital Kek. Capital G. Yeah, the Poggies one is just looking for the word itself. It doesn't look for case sensitivity. But the Poggy emote does. But technically the Poggies that you just said is a command. Is a chat command for stream elements. Which is why the bot responded with Poggies. Because you can also make chat commands in stream elements where it doesn't need the exclamation point, it just looks for the word. So like if you just typed in the letter F, not even like exclamation F, it will do the DMCF. Like response for stream elements. Same with Poggies. As you've seen. GG or GG's is another one that does it. This is so painful. I wonder how long those the bouncing Poggies will be on the screen. Also, yeah, it's like the Smash Ball GGs. Whoops. Like I said, you can do exclamation command to see what all the commands are that you can have access to. I think the only one you don't have access to is cancel raffle. Oh, and add points. I don't think you have access to either of those. I enjoy the fact that the entire time that it's been telling my encoder has been dying, the frame rate hasn't dropped at all. Why is my arm sore? Oh my god. I know I got plasma taken in it yesterday, but oh my god, why is my arm sore? It's like the top half of your forearm. It's like I don't know, when I was squeezing my blood into the vein, is it like... Sorry, I probably should give a content warning on that one. Like, is it like... Am I working my arm out? Commands, sorry. Also, with how, like, delayed you are in doing these actions and stuff like that, you might need to refresh your stream. Max, are you still here and alive? Just out of curiosity. It's a very long and arduous journey I'm on here. It's also kind of sad to say that this is not the only Pokemon I will be having all this trouble with. I'm gonna have this problem with Manaphy, I'm gonna have this problem with Fione, I'm gonna have this trouble with Heatran, I'm gonna have this trouble with Groudon. No trouble with Shedinja. Never gotten blood taken other than by doctors. Sorry, I said blood by accident, but technically they are taking my blood out. It's just they're taking my plasma. Yeah, so technically they're not taken by doctors, but they are taken by phlebotomists. Plasmapheresis is a fun activity. Because like my left arm isn't sore at all, but yet my right is, like, quite severely. I think the corn caught them on fire. I think the last thing that Max said was something about Doritos nachos. If we get to whichever comes first, whether it's 4 o'clock or 5400, I'll probably end the stream there for the day. Because I mean that's still another 80 or 79 off, and it's gonna take a little bit to get there. Because what we started at 5100 today. So getting to 5400 would be a nice even 300, rather than trying to keep the average of 330 going. Which usually meant having to constantly do this and focus on it at all points in time, so that way I could keep the same pace. Oh, so Sal, remember how I had you play Shinobi? I found out that that game has a sub 1 hour speedrun. And I think it'd be fun to learn it. Oh, cat text. Wait, that really should have a 30-minute timer. Why were you able to do it again? I guess I have some fixins to do after stream. Alright, check yourself. I can unplug my phone now. Where is it? Oh, me try to do the Shinobi speedrun? Yeah. I mean, it looks kind of fun. It really does. And there's definitely optimizations that could be fixed upon. Like, but there's only like a handful of speedrun, even like submissions for that game, so. I think if I really like, you know, committed to it and like did it for you guys, I think it'd be like a little fun thing for it. Could possibly do that on Fridays or Sundays. Alright, let me check the check yourself. What's its timer at? Oh, I see. I never put the timer on it. God, you could have been spamming chat. You could have been spamming it. I wouldn't have realized. All right, it's now on a 30-minute cooldown, which is where it should have been to begin with. The stream started lagging, so I left and came back. Oh yeah. So At certain points, and it happens quite frequently actually, at certain points the stream is going to start falling behind if there's any kind of like buffering that happens. So from time to time, if you see it's buffering or like you are seeing your message show up like really kind of like late on the stream, then it's probably a good indicator that you need to refresh. That way it will, whoa. That popped out. It's usually a good indication at that point that you need to refresh. And so you'll need to do that so that way you can kind of get back to the low latency aspect of it. Usually you don't have to leave the stream. You can sometimes just hit the cog icon and change the quality, and it'll sometimes just catch you up right then. That's usually what I do. I don't usually refresh the entire stream. I tried spamming, it wouldn't let me. Interesting. Well, either way, I put a 30-minute cooldown on it, so... Which I thought was there to begin with. So now every 30 minutes, one use of stretchy will work. But there's still a hard cap limit of 5 per person on the drinks. I still got to be entertaining somewhat. I can't just be stretching the entire stream. Ooh, I look like an ASMR person. You guys aren't coming for my voice, you're coming for the suffering. Because believe me, this is suffering business. To go back to the Shinobi speedrun idea, most of the things that I was watching in it really not that hard to do. I mean, it's just, I thought there'd be like more skips or ways to like break through the barriers and stuff like that. But nah, most of it is just combat optimization, which is something I can do. Especially if I practice the game using save states. Man, now I gotta go refill my drink. Give me a moment. I gotta go refill the cup. All right, I'm back with your one sippy. All right. And I took it when I sat down. All right, so instead of drinking more Dr. Pepper Zero, I decided to get some of the pink lemonade that I despised yesterday. Because Kat and I need to get that down. It's mainly me that's going to be getting it down, but Kat and I need to get it down so that way we can actually get to the good flavor that we found, which is the fruit punch one. Why don't you just pour out the rest of the pink lemonade? Because I don't want to waste it, even if I hate it. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, I'm miscounting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you have one more. You have one more sip you can redeem for the day. I think you won't be able to waterboard me with pink lemonade anymore. You know, I ate whenever I got up. I did not think that I would get hungry so soon after the fact. I guess today might be one of those days where like my body's like trying to catch up on its caloric intake. Are you able to see the jiggling and scatter emotes now? Is it the powder in the cardboard tube? No, it's not. It's actually a liquid kind of like container. Think like kind of think like your creamer, like those like creamer cups that has like milk or half and half in it. It's like those but big. You fill a container with like 4 liters of water and then pour it in. I conveniently, Kat and I have like a perfect like sized, not like pitcher, like one of those like glass containers that has like the nozzle built into the side of it. We perfectly have one of those that holds like I think like 7 or 8 liters, so we can pour 2 of them into it. While I know what you're talking about, it's actually a different brand. The one that we're using is a Splenda brand. Sorry, I say a Splenda brand. It is the brand Splenda. But no, it's not that countryside like brand or whatever it's called. If it was, I'd probably hate this pink lemonade more than I already do. Pink lemonade is such a weird flavor profile. It's like lemonade, but pink. Like that literally is the best way to describe pink lemonade. Like it has like a pink taste. It's so odd to describe. I hit me by accident. Whoopsies. Yeah, so can't wait to get to the fruit punch flavor of it. I'm hoping that that one's pretty good. It's concentrate? Is that what it is? I didn't actually look into it too hard. We just saw it when we were shopping at Food Line one day and decided, hey, why don't we get it? And then the last, or I think like the second time we went to Food Line after we got the pink lemonade one, we then discovered that there was a fruit punch one. It's actually kind of good because I need to drink more water, and this helps me drink more water. And I think it's better for us anyway, since I think it's better than buying the 48 pack of water bottles. I found concentrated pink lemonade that was frozen. It was really good. Now, see, that doesn't sound bad. I'm not a very big fan of pink lemonade or lemonade in general, but frozen, like in like a crush pop or something like that, those sound amazing. But then again, a lot of flavors that are like that aren't really good to drink taste really amazing if they're frozen, like crushed. To be fair, it probably wouldn't be that hard to make either. You would just have to like make pink lemonade, put it in a container, put it in the freezer, let it freeze, and then take it out, crush it, or like break it apart and crush it somehow, and then put it back in. I would imagine at that point, I guess you're kind of making slushies, but still. Oh, if you add a little bit of the alcohol, then you can make some interesting slushies as well. Welcome to the adult stream part of this. The like 20-second part of it. Now, I don't advocate it because obviously, you know, drink responsibly. But no. Frozen pink lemonade does sound really nice, though. And I know there's a way to make it, like, not, like, you know, turn into ice whenever you freeze it, but I don't remember what you would put in it. I mean, I guess if you... Like, let's say you put it in the freezer, but, like, you don't let it freeze fully, like, you let it freeze partially. I guess that might be a way, because you'd be introducing ice into the watery mixture. So I guess that could be a way to do it. But I don't know. I don't know how they're able to do, like, slightly crushed ice without, like, shaving it. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so that's from 150. No, that's from 150. All right, so 5250 to whatever number is how much I need to increase Bulbasaur by. I have like a sheet on the side that affects how much or how many times I've reset Bulbasaur and Squirtle. Since I can't have the timer on screen, I have to like manually add into it. Wait, what's this? Hold on. All right, let me go ahead and proceed with this. I probably won't talk for a minute while I do these resets, but I'll try to respond if I can. All right. Sorry about that. I had to read something and it was kind of long. So I still wanted to get the resets going while I was also reading it. All right. Yeah, I know I wasn't able to get too many, and I know it's a little quiet just having the Pokemon music going, but that'll be fun. Spare the time then, or spare than the time when I walked away earlier in the stream and just didn't have anything going. I might actually end here soon. Because I'm starting to actually get, like... I'm starting to get, like, a little famished and stuff like that. Like, I'm getting, like, a little lightheaded. Because I thought what I ate earlier was enough. Because I woke up at, 9. And I think I ate around 10. Maybe 10:30. And so, apparently, having eaten at 10:30 is not enough to sustain me to 4, or it's 3 p.m. right now. So I might actually have to end here soon so that way I can actually go make food. Because there'd be no point in going to make food for 10 minutes to come back to a 15-minute remaining stream. So I think I'll end here shortly, here in the next couple of resets. Oh, well, I guess here in the next reset. I didn't realize I was already at 13. I didn't realize I was at 5350 already. So yeah, I might have to end it here just due to the fact of I can tell that like my body's like, go get the food. It probably also doesn't help that I've been drinking as much stuff as I have, and usually you need food on your stomach in order to process drinks fairly well. Let your body adversely reacting to it. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go 10 more. We're gonna go to 5360. Gable all. We're gonna do 10 more and then we'll call it there. And then we'll raid over. Bruh. Rip F. You know what? Here, I'll even do it for you. Here, big ol' F in chat. Yeah, just as a reminder, Sunday's stream, aka tomorrow, is going to there's not going to be one, and I'll be back on Monday to be resuming the Legend of Dragoon RPG. And that on April 3rd, is probably... Granted, I know April 3rd is a Wednesday. Actually, you know what? Here, let me look up the exact date. And that April 1st, April Fool's Day, will probably be my last stream for a little bit until I know what's going on with my work schedule. Fine, if I'm doing a raffle, go ahead. You can go ahead and do a 10K raffle since it's probably going to be the last one. Oh, whoops. Yeah, April 1st will probably be the last stream for a bit until I can figure out what's going on with my work schedule. So I guess just keep an eye on my socials, which, Sal, if you'll do socials, that'd be great. So that way I can just have that pop on screen for a minute. But essentially, it's just a link to Twitter, which is where I pretty much post my schedule and anything to do with streaming. Same with Blue Sky and Hive Social. And for all the VODs for the streams here, they'll be on YouTube, which is the same name as this. And I guess also keep an eye on the Twitch schedule tab as well, to see if there's any changes to that. I might have to enable vacation mode on the Twitch schedule so I can figure out what's going on with work. Yeah, I want to get back to this as soon as possible once April 3rd rolls around. But it's really solely up to his recovery, like how well he does. Yeah, I didn't realize how close I was to the 50 mark, so if I would have realized it was that close, I probably wouldn't have said that we're going to end here in like a couple. I figure, you know, I might as well I can push out a few more. And then sadly on Monday I'll have to enable ads so I can stop the stupid pre-roll ads from going. So future apologies on that one. There'll be 3-minute ads an hour. So I'm assuming every half an hour it'll probably be 90-second ads. Which usually break up into about 2 or 3 ads. So apologies on that, but I don't want pre-roll ads. And if it means having to make people suffer through 3-minute ads an hour, or just ads in general, really, then I guess I'll have to be it. You're quite behind, it's fine. I mean, the stream will be ending here in a couple of resets anyway. There's only 2 more resets anyway. You know, the encoding overload thing has still been going on this entire time even since I even closed the 3rd game, so I don't know what's going on with that. I'm sure it'll go down, but I probably have to stop the recording at that point. I'm hoping it doesn't affect the recording. If it does, I'm gonna be sad, but it probably does. Which sucks, but nothing can be helped about until I get a better GPU. If I get a better GPU. Alright, last reset of the day. Will 5359 be it? Moment of truth. Alright, so that's going to be the last one for today. I know I'm ending it a little bit early, but I'll explain why. So with that, I'll be ending the recording for YouTube. So if you want to say bye YouTube, now would be the time. I don't know what day this will go up. I think if I set it up properly, it probably would go up on like Friday or Saturday, but I really don't know. I'd have to see when my Legend Dragoon ones are going up. Yeah, I guess I'll be back next Friday or Saturday with more Fire Red here. I'll probably just go back to just double hunting Charmander. But with that, I'll see you later, YouTube.